Okay, the last segment tonight is creating wealth. You know, one of the things I like about doing this program too and doing the webinars, I don't have to go on for an hour because it's really just about getting to what's important. I mean, we've made this business as simple as you can possibly make it. And so for me, this segment is the thing that really makes a difference. And that's why I really believe that, and I talked about this in one of our other webinars, is staying connected, being here. I mean, you know, people say, oh, I got to take the time and everything, come watch the webinar. But guess what? There might be one little thing that you get from this webinar that can literally be life-changing. It might be something I'm going to share with you right now. Who knows? So let's begin. Tonight, in Creating Wealth segment, I want to talk about something that's very important for anybody to become successful, and that's consistency and persistence. You know, I talked about earlier about, you know, doing that daily mantra, and it's actually, it's what I do. I mean, I do this every day. Every day when I get up in the morning and during the day and even at night and I'm going to bed, I make it a point to say to myself, and what is it? And I keep sharing that with everybody. You should be doing this yourself every day, all the time. Just constantly saying to yourself, by giving the gift away. And think about this. Just think how simple this is. By giving the gift away every day, everything else in life becomes either easy or unnecessary. And you should just get this where you can just say it over and over. By giving the gift away every day, everything else in life becomes easy or unnecessary. Wouldn't that be wonderful? You know, and here's the amazing part about this. If you train your mind to do that, guess what happens? You actually make it a habit of giving the gift away. And if you do that, and let me ask you this, if you knew without a doubt that you'd be wealthy by giving the gift away every day, would you do it? Of course you would. Well, you know what? I believe without any doubt that if you do that, that's exactly what's going to happen. Because if you keep giving the gift away every day, you're going to be wealthy. You're going to wake up one day and you go, oh my gosh, look what's happened. Because you can't fail. It's impossible if you do that. And I want to share a great story with you tonight about somebody that really believed in being very consistent and very persistent in everything he did. And the person we're talking about tonight is a guy named Tyler Perry. Everybody knows who Tyler Perry is. Obviously, he created the character in the movies Madea. He is an amazing individual. But when you hear his story, it's like, wow, this is a guy that came, from a very, very tough situation in life. He came from a very abusive family. Very abusive family where, his mother was constantly being, abused by his father, and he had to live with that, and it went on for all of his life. And when he got out on his own, he decided he wanted to do something. And so he put together this idea that he had for a play. And a lot of it came from, what happened as he was growing up as a young boy. And he put together this idea of a play, and he went out, and he would go out, and he would get the stage productions put together, and he would do this play. And he tells the story of the first one he ever did. He, hocked everything, cost him like $12,000, $13,000, hocked everything he had, went out to do this play, and he expected at least 1,500 people would show up, and it would get him off to a great start, and then he could start paying his bills. Well, as he said, 30 people showed up, and most of them he knew. And this went on year after year after year. He just kept failing. He would keep doing his play, and nobody would show up. But he kept doing it. And, one of the things he said, he said, I sowed my seed, I put it out there. And I just believe, with the grace of God and working hard and not giving up and being persistent, that one day something would happen. And of course, obviously it did. But think about that. If he was like most of us, where he would have just tried for a little while and finally said, okay, after 1 year, give me a break. This isn't working. I quit. How many of you are going to quit after 1 year if you're not wealthy with Travel 10? Probably a lot of you. Oh, I'm not wealthy. It didn't work. I give up. Well, would you do it for 2 years? Would you do it for 3 years? 4 years? 5 years? He did this for 7 years, struggling, not making ends meet, always in debt, living out of his car for 7 years because he believed in what he was doing. But look at what happened today. Today, he's one of the most successful actors in Hollywood, has more than $130 million in net worth personally, owns an amazing studio up in Atlanta, Georgia, where they now do a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows. And he just continued to just grow and grow and grow. He's doing more and more movie roles. Of course, the Madea character has been a huge success for him. But it all came from his humble beginnings, where he went out and he just said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to persist. I'm going to keep putting myself out there. I don't care if I fail. I don't care what happens. But that's what you have to do in life and business. That's why I get so frustrated sometimes when I talk to people and they say, oh, it's just, it's not working out for me. No, it will work out for you. You just have to be persistent in what you do. That's all it is. You have to find something, and you've got this unbelievable opportunity here with Travel 10. There will never be an easier business than there is with Travel 10, ever, ever. So you got this amazing business opportunity. All you have to do is say, okay, I'm going to give the gift away. Remember the little mantra, say it all the time. I'm going to give the gift away every day, so that everything else in life is either easy or unnecessary. I'm going to give the gift away every day, so everything else in life is either easy or unnecessary. And then you give the gift away, and then you sit back and relax. You don't have to do anything more than that. Give the gift away, the person makes a decision. Now, maybe when that person's going through that decision process, you have to talk to them several times. That's okay, because they're trying to decide, what should I do? Can I do this? Is this good for me? That's okay. That's part of the process. But you start everything moving forward by doing that. And if you give the gift away every day, I promise you, I guarantee you, you will have a life-changing business, a business that you'll be able to look back on, a year from now, 2 years from now, and go, wow, look where I've gone from where I started. And it all started with you just being persistent and consistent. Because guess what? Nobody gets to be successful from day one. Nobody gets unbelievable wealth from day one. It doesn't work that way for any of us. Never worked that way for me. I've made hundreds of millions of dollars, but guess what? I had to fail and fail and fail and struggle and struggle and struggle. And I had to take no's and no's and no's. And I had to have setbacks and setbacks and setbacks. But the only thing I know, and I've shared this with everybody I ever come in contact with, the only thing I know is if I don't quit and if I stay persistent, I will be successful. Now, it's not easier when you've got something as simple as we've got with Travel 10, and that's why I'm so excited for all of you, because in my 45 years, and I've been in this industry and I've seen unbelievable things happen, I look at this company and I look at what we have and I go, wow, it just can't get any better. $20 entry level, $20 is the risk, a product that I know is going to save somebody at least $100 a month, probably more, at least that much. And all they have to do is never sell. Don't sell. Just give the gift away and let it take its course. But whatever choice the person makes, you win. How much better could it possibly get? The only thing that will keep this from happening is if you don't share it. Now, I got to tell you, when I look in that box, I see a lot of people that obviously went out and they enrolled one person this past week. That's great. That's phenomenal. You keep that up, you're set for life. But I look in that box and I see other people's names in there that enrolled 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm thinking, wow, somebody enrolling 4 or 5 people in 1 week. That's amazing. That's really amazing. But yet with this business, if one person can do that, every one of you can. Every person on this call tonight can do the same thing. All you've got to do is start. You just got to start giving away. And please don't worry about who's going to be interested and who's not. Just give it. That's why I love the cards. When you've got the cards and all the swag, that's another thing that's coming out too, is all the swag. You'll be able to have the hats that say unlock the gift. The shirts that say unlock the gift. We'll create buttons that say unlock the gift. And people are going to see that and go, what's unlock the gift? And then you're going to hand them the card that says unlock the gift, and they're going to go watch the video and they're going to make their decision. So we're making it easier and easier for everybody to get involved with Travel 10 and be successful. So guys, that's it for tonight. I hope the little story about Tyler Perry maybe it kind of makes you think about yourself a little bit. It makes me think about, I look at what he went through and I'm thinking, wow, I don't know if I could have done what he did. 7 years? That's a long time. But I sure know this. If you're consistent like he is and was, you have to succeed. You have to. So with that, I will say good night. I thank you for being on the call. And please make sure you're here next week for Keena. Support him. And all these great people are going to be on here sharing their testimonials with you. Good night, everybody.